Boogity.
Boogity.
Boogity! Let's go racing, boys!
Let's go cruise the concrete.
Gotta love you some DW. He loved this place.
And it loved him.
A lot of Fords up front so far.
You see Ryan Blaney get loose, and this is going to happen a lot in these first few laps until they get that resin run in and get the top layer knocked off of it and the rubber put into it. We see Josh Berry underneath Ryan Blaney, but things are going to happen fast here at the beginning, boys.
I see Josh Berry slipping and sliding in that resin you speak of, and Blaney holding him to it pretty tight on his outside.
That middle will stay good, as you know, for a few laps here as the track is clean, but as we get later in the race, that middle will only last for a couple laps. Right now that middle will last a little bit longer than it will later.
3 wide. I think Bell got into Logano just ever so slightly. Then I think he got in the marbles up off of 4, and he got down to the next corner and didn't have any grip in his tires.
Bubba Wallace got 2 tires. I assume Chris Buescher did for all the spots he gained on pit road. Buescher, who started out back, will restart 18th here.
Clearly his tires didn't take off near as good. You can see him slipping around. Bubba gets on his outside 4, hit him once, hit him twice. That was a combination of didn't have the real estate on the exit, had him the 4 car on his left rear. Then Zane Smith hits him on the inside.
Tyler Reddick gets turned around and they pile up in the back.
Here comes the 11 at turn 3. You can see his right rear down. He was in trouble. William Byron gets into him, tags the wall just a little bit. Unbelievable tire wear we're seeing.
Now that was not the caution. Hamlin getting into the wall in 3.
No, it was the other flat tire. Kyle Busch in 2.
Kyle Busch going around in turn 2 is the reason for the look. There's no tire left on that right rear.
It's just wearing through all the tread down through the cords, and finally it just blows air out the cords.
As we get toward the end of stage 1, he's got it. But look at Ty Gibbs has climbed all the way to 2nd place.
Man, it doesn't stop there. They are really stacking up behind them. You're talking
Gibbs
6
to the
or 7
lead.
of all of them right here in a row. You could throw a blanket over them.
Yeah, and this is all whose car's not wearing the tires the most. And when you drive this car, it will just, when the right rear tire shuts off, and it is instantaneous, and all of a sudden you just can't drive it anymore, and you just have to almost stop to make the car go around the racetrack.
Buescher takes 3rd from Keselowski.
Denny Hamlin in a wall off of 3. Turn 3.
And a spin in turn 2, and it's Kyle Busch.
And it's down. The right rears finally blew out on him. I don't think he's the only one. Denny Hamlin was in trouble getting into 3. He was in trouble. William Byron gets into him, tags the wall just a little bit. Unbelievable tire wear we're seeing.
Now that was not the caution. Hamlin getting into the wall in 3. Ty Gibbs is going to get his first career stage win in the NASCAR Cup Series. Camaro pace car is in, and here we go.
Ty Gibbs looking to the outside of Kyle Larson for the lead off of 2.
Well, I think Kyle Larson is just in that tire conservation mode. I think he's going to listen to Cliff Daniels and just back his pace off and try to save his tires. And Ty Gibbs just took off there and passed him. Well, we saw them run, and you're going to see Ty Gibbs go on the outside right here for the lead. And he's like, okay, I'm going to go back up front, take the lead, and I'm going to set the pace again. He was struggling with his car, and his right front tire was one of the first ones we showed with cords on it. And he's like, hey, this is a good opportunity, and maybe playing into something that I can do better than I could do when everybody was trying to go.
There are several science projects going on here.
Well, Ty Gibbs had the best car at the end of the last stage, so he's in a
crash. Turn 4. Daniel Hemrick up and against the wall. Zane Smith with him, and Ricky Stenhouse put us under caution.
This all started down the backstretch. I think you're seeing them off of 2 here. They start stacking up around Zane Smith. checking up in front of him as well. And then Stenhouse gets into McDowell there, slides up into, well, he bounces off another one. I think he had some damage in front of his car from what happened in turn 2, and the rest is history.
And John Hunter Nemechek was trying to race his way forward on the outside, came down there on Joey Logano, and look at this stack up.
That's exactly what led to the stack up.
At least everybody won't be narrow tight. Got to look at the positives.
Well, there's that. NASCAR VP Elton Sawyer came over to the booth and said that they will release one extra set of tires to each team.
We'll see how much he's got left after he's had to be a little harder on his tires than he wants to be.
Gibbs restarted 28th, and around goes Kyle Busch in turn 2. Caution waves.
Win all by himself. I see the tires still up.
Yeah, we saw so many guys have trouble with that in qualifying yesterday. They'd run one hard lap in, and then the second lap into turn 3, it would just slide out from underneath them as they go off into the corner.
Bell and Nemechek on fresh tires right behind. Here we go.
See both of those cars really struggling. Here comes Logano on the inside. Race is on for the stage end.
Well, Joey Logano knows he needs these points. With as bad as the beginning of his season has started, he needs this stage win and the points to go with it.
Door slam off of 2. Bell's trying to hold him down on the exits, take that exit away from him. Good race for the lead.
6 to go, and Nemechek is there as well. So that staying out did not prosper for either of them. Here we go for the lead. Lap and a half to go in the stage. Ty Gibbs takes it away from Joey Logano.
Rifled that car off into 3.
Little wiggle on exit.
And I think he's been right there with Ty Gibbs as he came through the field. When he went by Brad Keselowski, he followed him right through the rest of the pack to the front. But that 54 car is definitely the dominant car.
Ty Gibbs sweeps the stages in Bristol.
Now the decision time is on. I think they stay out. I want to save this set of tires.
They took 4 stickers last stop. They've got stickers this time as well. The 42 John Hunter Nemechek right side scuffs last time around. They're going to do stickers there as he stopped a little sideways in his box.
Oh, he go! Big trouble right there. Cindric hits him in the right front wheel. Couldn't get out of his box slow. Cindric comes sliding in, nailed him. Hasn't been the case.
Gibbs and Truex bring us back to green for stage 3. Logano and Bell right behind. Nemechek's been tough all day with Gilliland, Keselowski, and Chastain. Larson and Wallace the top 10.
Yeah, and it's a game of chicken right now. You don't want to pit because you're hoping that somebody else has the issue as you see him go by Todd Gilliland, and Stenhouse goes around.
Turn 4, Stenhouse and Cindric. That will bring the caution out.
Right in front of the leaders.
That's that Gilliland I told you was way off the pace. Stacked them all up getting in here. Cindric shoots in the inside 3 wide and gets into Stenhouse and wipes him out.
Yeah, it looked like he just clipped the apron right there.
Ready for the restart. It'll be 121 laps to go. Hamlin and Bell out front.
Still a little bit confusing on that. You know, you just heard them. Look out. Whoa.
Boy, Ryan Blaney got muscled around there.
He got moved is what he got.
Yep. He got Chastain.
Yep. Chastain moved him right up out of the way. He did a whale of a job holding that car underneath of him. Denny Hamlin back to the outside.
And it's going to come at the most ill-handling part of the run, and it's going to be worse for the guys in front of them than it is for them.
Look at the cars in front of them. Chastain, Bubba Wallace on the outside.
Chastain trying to stay on the lead lap.
Denny moved his car. Bubba, get out of my way. Sorry, I own that thing.
Oops.
Ooh.
And the pit woes continue for Kyle Busch.
Yep. Didn't have that lug nut. Gave Hamlin a little bit extra lead. Exactly what he looked. Coming around here to One to go. This is just what the doctor ordered. It's exactly what Denny Hamlin wanted to see.
White flag, sponsored by Credit One Bank.
Nursing around here.
Works around the outside of Chase Briscoe. And by about 12 car lengths, Denny Hamlin is going to win Bristol.
2 in a row here.
My man.
A winner here last fall. And he wins on the return to spring concrete.